Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome to episode 24 of DeGodCast, the podcast by DGens for DGens, where absolutely nothing is financial advice. Today is August 16th. It's JB, part of your trio of hosts. As always, we appreciate y'all tuning in. And if you want to support the pod, please like and subscribe on whatever platform you're listening on. Feel free to chuck love over to DeGodCast.soul. But most importantly, tell your friends they're going to mint one of those 81.5% of common Utes if they don't fucking listen to the show. So we got Big Dick Chad community members, Mr. Cuddles and DGod Hasselhoff with us today to chop it up about all things Utes, DGod's Dust, you fucking name it. But before all that, chapter. Hit it with a decap.
All right. Yo. Shout out to Pastel Dow. Everybody looking like a warm sack of cotton candy right now, because I am. Merch on my body. But all right. Long week, but we got some diligent minds on the show this week. So we're just going to get into it. So for the recap, to start, the OG homie John Lay stepped back from the Utes director position to take care of some business. Respect the grind. Salute my mans every time. Secondly, 10 high-quality prototypes and logos from the Utes NFT collection got leaked last week, comboed with the girthy white paper that reads like, dope shit, empower the creators of the world, and bag up the community. They talking submittable traits, staking tokens inside NFTs. Yo, it's some game theory ass shit. But we'll link it in the description. Seen like 50 or 60 variants on the timeline. Some of it with some heat. Mint day details dropping any day now. Watch out for those scams. I just seen somebody, an account just got reported out here trying to scam the people. Stay woke. Scholarship awards coming. Nigerian Mamba got Utes billboards up already.
Hell yeah.
Yo, motherfuckers got custom trait Ute PFPs on Twitter, but they can't afford this sick-ass pastel hoodie I got on mine. Shout out to He Who Must Not Be Named. Because, you know, the white paper, protect the plug. And finally, of course, we're going to talk about it. The guy on Twitter requesting more personal fuel. Erkan, the sandbox guy. For context, historically, 4 months ago, almost exactly, one salami, the price tag was about $100, and the homie Frank was turning 19. So the rank 1 holder of DeGod's voluntarily moved 4K sold in janitorial fashion to shift the floor price from whatever it was to 200 sold for my man's birthday. It was a dope-ass day, and even weekend. Check the first couple minutes of episode 8 of DeGodCast. That shit was wild. It was fucking legendary. Everybody was hype. Then everybody went back to work, touching grass, having fun, doing DJ shit. And then randomly last night, Erkan hops on Twitter and says, I'm selling because the community's toxic. This isn't the praise I paid for. What the fuck? I'm just now finding out Erkan birthed me. Throat tattoos weren't on the menu at NFT NYC. Not gonna make it. I'm flooring some of these pictures, but I'm not leaving the community. I'm still here, but I'm gonna leave gradually. And now it's just awkward because we're all just still here. Him too. And we all just reading tweets, watching a guy who initially seemed like a cool dude turn into just a very vocal man in an elevator pressing the same 7 buttons over and over again, hoping it leads to the basement. Crypto's a hell of a drug. But on some real shit, a wise man once said, at the end of the day, we all just some homies with JPEGs trying to make it. So pop off, bros. Have fun, take profit, trade your emotions, NFA, Dior, and Erkan. Take us to the 3rd floor, please. Let's fucking go.
Go. Yeah, the Erkan, I say Erkan, but Erkan, whatever it is, drama that's been going on the last couple of days is just I find it incredibly entertaining personally.
Bro, I don't even know what. Bro, I'm just kind of like, what? Like, I'm confused. Bro.
I find it's very fun. Some people are very sick of it already.
Yeah.
I think it's funny. You know,
I think it's funny. I don't think like, yeah, I think you hit it spot on with the, you know, he paid a certain amount for our respect, and then, you know, kind of lost it along the way with the whole DGen sweepers debacle, and then now, you know, that he doesn't have an army of simps to mint out his project and all and support him. I think you know, he's a little upset.
Yeah, I
Fucking
mean,
A, though.
see, I don't like. I mean, I think I read a couple things about like the whole DJ and sweepers things, but I didn't really track the project or what was going on. But I just think that when it comes down to every single person that I have in my fucking tenure, fucking being here, bro. Every single person who's just like, bro, fuck this community. They're toxic. Oh my God. I can't stand these people. And they floor, or I don't like the direction that this shit's going. I'm flooring my shit, or I'm getting the fuck out, bro. Like, because I'm out. Because toxicity, you know what I mean? Like, or people are toxic to me, cyberbullying, I'm distancing myself. But to be like, you know, oh, fuck you guys are fucking toxic. Yeah, I'm fucking bouncing over time. That's probably the weirdest thing, you know. I don't know, bro. That's just weird. It's kind of like, you know, I don't know, bro. I honestly,
a lot of it is probably just for attention too. It seems to be why he does most of the things that he does.
Yeah, I feel like it's, you know, like very theatrical, bro. So, you know.
Cuddles, do you have any comments on him taking every opportunity he can to remind people that he was in the armed forces in a country where it's a requirement to serve, and it's the most neutral country in the world? Swiss.
Yeah, I think he's Swiss. I don't know, man. I mean, everyone makes it out to be such a big thing, right? Because, like, without context, it's like, oh, damn, this dude's hard. He was in the military. But, like, dog, everybody's got a job, man. Like, we got postal clerks that, like, never leave California. You know what I mean? So, like...
Bro, the motherfuckers in the military, they're like the last ones. Like, you say, like, okay, me and Cuddles, we live in San Diego. It's a big military town. You say, like, thank you for your service to these people, and they're like, well, yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate you saying that, but, like, you know, like, just doing my thing, you know, like, this is what I signed up for. It was voluntary. So, I mean, I've even said it to Cuddles, like, thank you for your service, bro. Like, and, you know, it's like, I just want to blow shit up.
Like, what else are you supposed to do? Like, you can tell the real ones are, because, like, they're not out there talking up some stupid big game, right? Like, dudes
rubbing it in everyone's face.
There's no point. Like, it took until today when he told Frank to fuck off, because he's like, oh, you've never held a real weapon. I'm like, oh, calm down, man. Like,
which just opened up so many dick jokes in my head about holding weapons.
So good.
Of course it did, bro.
That was the first thing my mind went to when I read that. But yeah, I you know, best wishes, Erkan, I guess. I mean, I think it's entertaining, but fucking hey, dude. Like, and the people that are like, how dare the DeGods community, you know, turn their backs on him? Like, bro, the way he acted with the entire DGen sweepers, you know, from pre-mint to mint to whatever, was like not the way. That's not how like people in our community fucking act. That's not how anyone should act. But so, apart from like not paying employees too, just the way that he handled himself on Twitter was like, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
Pretty wild.
So yeah, of course we're not just gonna stand there and support his ass.
That was the most down bad shit. I mean, okay, this is the thing. When it started, I was like, you know, I was a fan of Erkan. You know, he came in with some big money behind him, swept a lot of DeGods.
We all thought he was Chad.
Yeah, but then I mean, like it was pretty obvious. I mean, I was fading. Okay, as it started, they had the raffle on the store for whitelist spots, and it seemed like there were 3,001 dust. I was like, okay, maybe fire like 5 dust and get 5 spots on all Discords.
Yeah.
But then it started blowing up and it started getting hyped, and I'm like, you know, like I'm
whose fucking phone needs to be muted?
That's me. I'm sorry. I'm not paying dust for your fucking tribute project to yourself, dude.
When I saw the traits come out and one of the shirts was an I Love Erkan shirt, I was like, you have got to be kidding me.
Oh my god.
So it's anyways, not true that you spent 3,000 dust on the Erkan's whitelist spots, because someone in our community did.
Somebody did.
They are down horrendous. I spent exactly.
And the other day in the DDAO God chat, someone said it was you that spent 3,000 on, and me being an idiot was like, I don't think that's true, but maybe.
No, dude, I went hard. So I guess now that it's done, I went hard on the Bubble Goose Ballers. I shot that was going hard for me, dude. I've been holding dust close to my heart.
Yeah.
I shot, I think, 600 to DGen displays because his shit is gas.
Yeah.
I got 3 of the large
Fair.
ones, and they're fire. He's a really cool dude, IRL. Buy fucking DGod displays. And then I spent like 500.
Yep.
Yeah, they're really sick, dude. There's another guy making them that they're nice, but they're not DGen displays. They're not like acrylic, gloss, finished, you know, all that good stuff. So buy the original, don't buy the bootleg. But then, yeah, I spent 500 on Bubble Goose Ballers whitelist, and I won. Yeah, but I did it smart, dude. You can't be, you don't shoot it from one wallet.
Sure.
You make, you know, I thought Bubble Goose Ballers were going to hit secondary at like 50 souls.
Silly goose baller.
We talked about that so much.
Yeah, you don't gotta explain it to me, bro. I spent like 800 dust just walleting people dust for shoeys, so I get that. should have held it fucking closer to the chest, maybe.
Yeah. Native culture.
Did you mention Chapter the scavenger hunt that went down in LA?
Oh yeah, rippity dude. Nah, fuck, bro. Nah, I missed it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
I
glad
don't
everyone's
know
here today.
if I don't know if anyone like from the team ended up showing for that. I know Rip. I mean, Cuddles is drinking the fucking barreled out seltzers that were made specifically for the scavenger hunt. I know Rip like put a ton of effort into that shit. Cuddles, how did that go down? Who from the team partook, if anyone?
Nobody,
what was that like? Because it looked like
nobody
blast.
partook, right? So I got there early as fuck. I keep forgetting that like it's okay to be late, but I got there, met up with Rippity. I teamed up with Scuba. Shout out Nippy's best rug ever.
Hell yeah.
Who else showed up? Fast Eddie showed up. Solana Steve showed up. Mark Colser showed up.
Yeah.
Didn't bring shit.
Damn, everybody was there.
Mark didn't bring shit. He brought nothing. It's him and I think Wish, a guy that I don't really interact with too much, but he had a whole posse with him. Like a bunch of them didn't bring shit. So like,
so to clarify, the instructions said like bring a toaster, bring hot dogs, bring like a loaf of bread,
bring a cupcake or a slice of cake, like a bunch of shit you had to bring, right? So I brought this like big ass backpack. I carried everything, teamed up with Scuba. We're sprinting, right? Because we were the first ones to go. Fucking Fast Eddie's smart as fuck. They rented scooters and they just fucking zip by. They got lost, went to the other side of Hollywood.
Shit.
Yeah, we ran around everywhere. Meanwhile, everyone else like didn't bring shit. So they just stopped at a restaurant and like asked for all these fucking things. DeGodCast went. That was fun. But yeah, once we finished up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going up there for. But when we finished up, the only people that came by from the team were Sorcerer came by and Pencils came by. Sorcerer, we've already seen him. I expect him to be shorter, right?
Yeah.
Didn't expect him to be my height.
Really?
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Okay.
But like, this is the first time I'm meeting anybody. So we're just sitting there talking about whatever. I'm just yugging fucking seltzers and throwing them in the back of the truck. Then Pencil shows up, shakes my hand. I'm like, bro, I'm in love. That man is beautiful. Like, if you have not met Pencils, this man is fucking in like an Evanescence kind of way. You know what I mean?
Okay, like a little
hardcore. Lots of tattoos, wears glasses.
I wish
you did.
Like,
I wish you had met Delilah so we could get a comparison.
I know, right? Like, now I feel like I'm missing out. Turns out, I was talking to him. We were like 3-4 blocks from like the actual house that we're all at, but everybody was fucking asleep because it was only noon. It was whatever.
Because it was only noon.
Shout out to
Which is
like asking Frank if they can be unshackled.
Yeah, right. 3 p.m. for us Eastern fucking Chads, and they're still sleeping. So, makes sense. Well, okay. So somebody showed, but they showed what at the end? Didn't show.
Yeah, it was right at the end. We yugged some seltzers, and then the meter maid showed up. I was trying to give everybody tickets. It's like, if you haven't been to LA, like
open containers.
Fuck open containers. They don't give a fuck. The parking signs, dude. The meter maids have more power than the fucking president in LA. Like, because there will be a sign that says no parking ever, a sign that says no parking from here to here, a sign that says some parking. It's like 9 signs, right? And I guess how the math works is like, if 5 of the 9 signs say you're good, but none of them make sense to you. So she just pulls up, and I'm literally right next to a sign that says no parking Saturday from this time to this time. Sunday, and I'm like, okay, cool, good. And then she points to some sign like 100 yards down the road. She says, nah, it says no parking. On this side of the road. The other side, you're good. I'm like, fuck?
Jesus.
Yeah, and they're irking the streets on Sundays, man. So you gotta really watch where you're going.
No, she tried to get everybody.
Oh my god! Did you see somebody changed the definition to? Never mind. We're not going back to no more Richmond blood. No more fuel. We're not going back.
That guy.
Yeah, that shit looked fire. I'm
the
jealous.
gas off,
Pencils just seems like a fucking gem, dude. And Pencils is like it's in his blood to shitpost on Twitter.
Yeah.
Like every tweet that he fires off like does not miss. So good on him.
Bro, and his name's just fucking fire
speaking
too,
of,
bro. Shout out to the homie
Well,
Pencils, bro.
You know he made that to get Frank's attention, like to become a DeGod's artist. Have I mentioned that before?
Yeah, bro. We gotta fucking he's the fucking I was gonna say
we gotta get him on the show,
bro.
but
yeah,
yeah,
he's like
he
a fucking
literally
oracle, bro. Like, hey,
literally told me in DMs, he was like, I made this Twitter with one goal and one goal only, and it was to get Frank's attention and to do art for DeGods, and boom, there you go. So that tells you a lot about him as a person, I think. But yeah, speaking of Pencils, speaking of the artists, let's talk Y00ts a little bit. Should we start with the art? Because that was the big news of the week, kinda.
So all right, so first impressions, fucking I don't know what time it was, fucking you guys look and it's like, okay, this shit's fucking live or Art Leaks live. So what was your guys' first reaction?
So mine was like I think I was at the airport at like 4 or 5 a.m. getting ready to fly back from Tampa. So I was like half delusional, and I was just like giddy, kind of. Like I was just in the airport looking at these things, just like dumb grin on my face. My wife's like, "What the fuck is going on?" My first impression was like, I just fuck with these guys, and I don't know if it's like the expression or what it is, but I like.
It's the fact that there was a one-of-one custom JB one that dropped in the initial reveal, I think.
Yeah,
the fucking
that's
shoe
true.
That was fucking hard, bro. Yeah, that 100%.
I was flicking through, and I love how they made it. It's literally the last one too. Like, so I'm flicking through. I was like, damn, like these are dope. I really like the Vans one, how it has like the Y00ts and the Vans style. He's got like the fucking
like the logo
hat on and shit. Yeah, I really like that one. I like the pink one. I basically liked fucking all of them, dude. And then literally like the last one after the all gray one is the fucking shoey one, and I was like, oh my god, because that's like not only is it the shoey beer hat, but that's legitimately like my fucking fit for the entire NFL season is the football jersey over the fucking hoodie. And I saw that and I was just like, holy shit, yep, need that. If I don't,
who's your team?
I'm a Packer fan.
Okay.
Yeah. So I gotta.
Odd.
What?
Odd choice, but
no. Whole family is from Wisconsin, so
yeah, mine too.
Makes sense on that end.
Yo, shout out to
and
Cheese.
Also just fire choice. Shout out to fucking Cheese, big cheese guys.
Fire.
But yeah, that was my first take. I like. Well, I'll let you guys go, and then we can get into some more specifics.
What about you, Slate? Like, you fucking pulled this shit up. What did you think, bro? First time you opened this shit up, instant thoughts.
I thought, that was my first thought. And then clicking through it a little bit, I liked it. I mean, it's clean art. I think it does what it was made to do, which is have some mass appeal and kind of be a little less hard and edgy than the DeGods. And the more I looked at it, the more I liked it. And I don't really, I'm not an artist. I'm not I'm not extremely good at design, or I'm not like, when I look at stuff, I can't tell like, oh wow, this is like, I'm not John Lay, so I like the artist. I kind of I trust them.
You know what you like.
Yeah, I know what I like, but like over that, I just trust the artist to do like what's gonna do well.
Facts. I'm the same way. I go to the fucking barber, and I am just like, hey, just make it look good. Or like I go to like get a tattoo, and I'll give them the most basic concept, and I'll just be like, you do your thing. Like this is your job, not mine. So I feel you.
Right.
When it came out, I was on a Twitter space with like a bunch of people. And I got to say, like, reading the room, it was kind of interesting because we were in the Twitter space and it seemed like most of the people there, like, weren't that hyped on it. Like, they were kind of like it was a real curveball, like, compared to DeGods. To me, it seems like it's inspired by a lot of different collections. You know, it's kind of like apish, kind of. I wouldn't really say BAYC. I'd say it's more primate inspired. And then also,
I don't get that because
it's
primates are literally like hard edges and fucking
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
The
no
thing-
fur at
see,
all. Like
the thing that I think, and this is still it's been growing on me a lot. At first, I thought it was like it looked quality, but I wasn't sold on it. And to me, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to fucking sell the things anyway. It's a DeGod product, so like I ride with it. But the thing I still don't like is it's sort of like this like dull. It's hard to say. It looks like low res, like some of the lines in the faces, like they don't look finished. You know what I mean? Like they look kind of like, and I don't want to say half-assed because it's surely intentional, but like all the other traits are like sick. But sort of like the face and the
Like-
body and some
like
of the lines
on
around
the
them, like,
eyes, the curvature of the eyes, they're like they don't connect.
just like the way
Jesus
it's
Christ,
very
how's
like
all fucking
Yo,
with your
just
phone?
mute your phone.
He doesn't know how.
I did mute my phone. I muted my phone.
He's got
This
a
is
Mac.
the iMessage firing off.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is iMessage on the computer.
Fuck,
It's now
mute,
closed.
mute.
Shout out
shit,
Android.
I don't know. iMessage. Anyways,
No, it's good. It's all good. It's all good. No, it's just like the I don't know how to really describe it, dude. I'm looking at them right now, and it's just kind of like the very rough kind of looks sort of unfinished. It looks very pencil drawn, like sort of I don't know. That's the one thing I don't really vibe with. But other than that, they've really been growing on me.
Yeah.
Like every next day.
well, I definitely I think I know what you're talking about. Like the curvature of the eyes and like around the mouth and stuff. But yeah, part of me wonders if that's
No, it has
not.
nothing to do with that. It's just the overall lines. It's the overall lines on the body and the face,
They're
like
not,
kind of in the teeth,
they're not like
kind of in the
bold
mouth.
enough, thick enough.
I don't even know how to describe it. It's hard to say. It's like they're kind of shaky and they look like a rough draft in a sense to me. And that's the only thing. But either way, I mean, dude, I'm not a fucking artist. I'm not even necessarily like an art guy. I'm
Yeah.
just a crypto GM that's
Facts.
like, you know, so I'm not about to tell these guys like their fucking business, but
Facts.
they've been growing on me.
I
Cuddles,
mean,
what do you think?
to be honest, right? So like at first when I saw it, I was like, you can tell like there's a certain level of detail that's like super exciting. It's a sense of familiarity, right? So there's a sense of bringing uniqueness into what art is, and a lot of the complaints that we've seen is it's a Basie
Yeah.
/ OK Bears derivative. How can they have all the same mouths and faces? It's like, dog, how many fucking faces do you think I can make? Like, there's smiling, there's frowning, there's angry, there's surprised, there's only so many faces, right?
And we saw what fucking 12 traits.
It's not like we saw everything. So
Yeah.
a lot of people get super
Yeah.
upset about it. They're like, wow, the mouth looks the same. Oh my gosh, like the corner of the mouth comes up the same way. That's crazy. It's a derivative. And like I didn't really think that deep on it other than like how many other kinds of faces are there until I saw I can't remember who I was arguing with, but it's like originality is generally not going to make it in this space anymore. Right? It sucks to say, but there's a sense of familiarity that people can jump into. That's why OK Bear's absolutely ripped. People would not have bought into that if it didn't have a level of familiarity that came from other collections that came before it. And no knock on them, right? Disclaimer, I fucking hate OK Bears.
Yeah.
I hate them, but
Yeah, shout out to them.
but that's not their fault. There's just
You're really
some
putting
people
on
that
a
I
good
don't
face.
like who use them as PFPs, and I'm super shallow. Overall, like I shouted them out today.
Yeah.
Love the Bears, hate the Bears, whatever. Neutral Bears.
They're all right. They're okay. Yeah, I don't like
I'm
dislike
only-
OK Bear's art. Honestly, like I think it's solid and clean. But I do think like it's
No, I think-
it's still very like more on the juvenile side and like too fucking cartoony. I'll say I think Bored Ape Yacht Club look like absolute dog
Yeah.
shit. Like I see an OK Bear and I'm like the person behind this PFP is probably 14, and these give me more
dude,
of a,
that's like the best part of OK Bears, man, is the art. I mean, I gotta say, like, I'm kind of with Cuddles. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm like a hater. I don't know. I think I was a little bit upset that they just like really stormed on the scene and took over the ecosystem. But you know, and kind of saying like, oh, it's a deriv, this and that. But like, I don't know. My understanding is that they're like professional, like graphic artists, you know, digital artists, and that's their game. So
Sure.
it kind of makes sense that like everything else has kind of been
and he's gone. Or
Last thing I
unless that's
heard
just
was
me,
rug.
No,
I
I
think
was
you
gonna
just
say-
said the Bears are a rug.
Yeah, he's gone.
Damn it.
No, I said everything but the art. I mean, everything else has been a colossal disappointment, right? Everything else that they've done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. I'm sort of a BTC maxi and then a Soul maxi. I'm just an ETH hater. Like that's what brought me into Soul.
Okay.
Like literally, I'm a fucking ETH hater. Really.
Yeah. I do see
it's dog shit.
what you're saying now. I hadn't like zoomed in on it because it's not that zoomed in when you first go to the site, but I do see what you're saying now, kind of with the lines being like, yeah,
dude, just
like
low res. It's like watching a football game in 360p.
Jesus.
And
or a hockey game where you can't see the puck. Yeah. But like from here,
yeah, but everything else, yes, from afar, they're beautiful and they actually really are like growing on me quite a bit. It's just when you zoom in, I mean, that's the thing with DeGods is like you zoom in, bro, and everything is just on point.
Crisp, yeah.
And,
so I mean, it makes me wonder if this is not like we redid the art for the 100th time in the last 24 hours before we dropped it type deal or some shit, but. No, very solid point.
And I really love that one, dude. That
one?
ice cream cone, man, is
cool.
I love it. It look and the orange one too.
Yeah.
So
even the one that's kind of like opaque pencils, yeah, that looks delicious. I would eat it.
A few things that I've heard that I kind of agree with are the eyes. There's something kind of strange about them, just having no pupils at all. I don't know if what the aim was with that. And then also, we've been hearing like a long time like Duppies are like gender neutral. And to me, that doesn't look gender neutral at all. That's just another 15,000 dude PFPs, in my opinion.
Yeah, I did see a very good like critique from another artist that showed how they could kind of gender neutral a little bit, like taking out some of the hard boxiness of the chin and whatnot. So maybe they take that advice. But yeah, I agree. I do think though, and I wish somebody would fucking do this custom. I do think that it could be customized to look much more feminine, like maybe slap, a bun on it or like some long hair.
I just had an idea about that.
Like the traits, I feel like.
So like, remember when the Dead Gods dropped and they were like, "Oh, you'll be able to go back and forth," and we got totally rugged on it, right? And even if we could, we would have stuck with Dead Gods art.
Yeah, word.
Who's to say that idea didn't stick, right? And there's just like some secret underground plan of like free of charge once a month, whatever you want to call it. Whatever system they come up with, where you can just rotate that fucker back and forth. Like, a female buys it, cool, I'll rotate to the female version. It has a bunch of traits to match. I mean, they've had how many months to work on this art? That would be cool. Ooh. Did it happen? Will it happen? Probably not. But like, conspiracy theories are fun to think about.
Very.
That kind of brings up another point. One thing that I don't love is like my only criticism of Dust too is the short like time frame for the halvings. Like, I think if Frank could do it again, he would probably might have gone like,
bro, I mean, like, that shit was so quick.
It goes so fast, dude. And like soon they're not going to be producing Dust. So I think that's my one critique of Dust is that the halving schedule was too fast.
Are you worried?
I don't really know.
Bro, this is my thing, bro. Like, I think this, and bro, my campaign, bro, like, I be fucking popping up in the Discord, like, telling everybody, like, hey, let's group unstake. You know what I mean? Slow down the halving. No, bro, this fucking whole fucking the Urcon show, bro, right? Like, I'm like, man, like, hopefully, bro, this is the FUD that, me personally, because the way I think about fucking just this project, just DeGods as a project, bro, like, we're all playing a fucking game, right? We're all in fucking Saw 10, right? But it's without like all the crazy shit, right? So, you know what I mean? The way I think about it, it's kind of like, yo, bro, like, really, who wins, bro? Like, fucking somebody who has a lot of fucking DeGods, somebody who has a lot of fucking Dead Gods, somebody who's got a lot of fucking Dust, somebody who's got a lot of fucking Y00ts. If you don't have that many, then how do you get more? Fucking convince other people to fucking sell. You know what I mean? It's a fucking game, bro. Fucking Urcon out here, bro. Hey, FUD it up, bro. Hey, yeah. Fucking, hey, everybody, yeah. You know what? Let's fucking all group unstake, bro. Like, because that's the thing. That's what's fucking, the more bullish people get, bro. Like, the more people are like, oh, well, I'm super bullish on Dust. Let me stake my shit. You know what I mean? And then that increases the fucking halving time. So fucking, when is the next halving? It's like, what, like 60 days or less?
Dude, it's crazy. Once they started, I feel like they just went.
Yeah, bro. People bullish.
Like that.
It was too much behavior. It was they were giving out too much at the beginning. If they could redo the tokenomics, I think they maybe would have like scaled some of it down a little bit. Instead of 10 and 30, it might have been like I don't know, 12 and 4. And then go just something that makes it like a longer term game. Yeah. Because that's like my only fear. But I mean, dude, it's fucking crypto, and people that are early get rewarded. The
Yeah,
attention
when
span is
Dust
so
fucking
short.
first came out, like basically, okay, this is or at least the way I think about it. Like we all had fucking DeGods, and basically they're like, hey, you guys, like we're gonna fucking redo the art because some people didn't like it, we didn't like it, whatever. So we are not telling you you have to change, fucking kill your god, right? But if you do, there's fucking rewards on that side. So what are the rewards? Like if you hurry up and kill your god, then boom, you get fucking 30 dust. So it was like a kind of like when you sign up for a fucking credit card, bro, and there's like, hey, yeah, you get fucking X amount cash back. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, or like in the beginning, you know what I mean? Like if you fucking do this shit for a limited time, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? So I think that was probably
I love that
like
shit.
the way I think about it.
I'm due for another Chase credit
Yeah,
card.
word. I just
for
got one
free.
in the mail. Shout out to Chase.
Big points guy. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Sapphire boys.
Yeah. So
Chase Sapphire.
as
But my point, like, JB, let me cut you off. My point with
Yeah.
that was that with Dust and like the time frames and stuff was that I think 6 months is like a little bit short of a time for them to be locked in, because people are always going to be coming in and out, and I mean, like,
Agreed.
people are going to be early.
We're never locked in.
I did think that was a curious like cutoff for when you can add new traits, especially if there's maybe a benefit to, okay, so my Ute accrues one of these, I'm just going to call it a Y token every month, and then there's maybe a benefit to me selling this Ute that has not used a single one of these customization tokens at the end of 6 months, let's say, and I'm selling my Ute at a premium because he now has 6 tokens that can be used to customize or whatever. But then it's like you're locked into what customizations you can actually have. I personally didn't see, like you're saying, a reason why they would cut that off at 6 months as far as how the Ute store
Especially
goes.
when that's like the whole kind of meta of the project. You know what I mean? Like that's
Constantly
sort of
evolving.
Like yeah, I'm guessing they haven't really said anything about the issuance of the Y token, or
They just said it was once a month you get a Y token.
So it's
and you can use it.
Yeah, so you get, or at least as far as I know, for the most current information I got. So basically, you get a Ute. I'm not sure about staking, but basically, you get a Ute, and every single month, you get a token, right? And it's not a tradable token. It's like a token that's like in like your NFT, right? For 6 months, there will be 6 months where people can submit traits to be approved, to be correct, to be put in or whatever. So let's say I'm just like, yo, bro, like, you know what? I'm just gonna chill, or I'm gonna be like, you know what, bro, I'm just gonna go on fucking, a fucking sabbatical and be gone for 6 months. Then I come back and I can literally just fucking hit up the fucking store with my fucking 6 tokens that are fucking on my Ute and be like, boom, let me just full fucking blow out my shit with all these fucking traits in the fucking store. So yeah, it's like you can use your tokens or not use your tokens, but if you don't use your tokens are still on your Ute, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. But my point is like, okay, let's say I wait 6 months to use I wasn't sure if it was like 6 tokens max you could get, or you get one every month forever. I feel like it's got to be capped out somehow. But it's like after 6 months, all the traits that are ever going to exist are going to be in the store. Like, why? Why wouldn't they allow it to, for artists to always add shit?
Like, slow it down, put it on a halving schedule where it's like, okay, at first, or like a doubling schedule. You have a month to, 1 trade a month, one edit a month, go to 1 edit every 2 months, 1 edit every 4 months. So I just think like, even though it's a short-term attention economy, you got to play long-term gains. Long-term,
you got to play both
for sure.
somehow.
Some of my concerns. So, if you're an artist, okay, so I'm Rippity Doo, because let's be real, like he's the inspiration for the Y coin and for the Ute store. Do I have to I got to be the first to market with all my customs? Like I got to be ready to go when the Ute store opens, because it says okay, you can submit your custom traits to the Ute store, and if they get accepted, then basically nobody else can ever submit something that is similar to what you have done. And then also, I'm a little confused about how the whole Y token thing works. So the artist submits a trait, gets the copyright or the copyright, whatever you want to call it, and then me as just a regular holder with no artistic talent, I trade one of my Y tokens for whatever trait I want? Do I have to trade that Y token plus pay to get the trait? The Y paper was not entirely clear on.
I was gonna say, okay, so I guess the way I read this shit, is that basically, let's say I'm a fucking beast ass Apple Pencil wielding fucking monster, right? And I fucking create some fucking DAO fucking shit, and I fucking submit it to the fucking marketplace, and they're just like, oh yeah, we fuck with this, yeah, blah blah, boom, my shit's on the fucking store. So you, as essentially a consumer of my shit, you're like, hey yo, I want to fucking cop this shit, and then you fucking essentially swap your Y token for that shit.
Yeah, but is it just a straight swap? Do I have to pay for it on top of it? Because like, okay, I'm basically thinking of it from Mickey DeGod's perspective the entire time. So we, as Mickey DeGods, probably have Rippity commission our like signature trait or traits, whatever it's going to be. Does that mean anyone that's sitting around with a Ute and a fucking Y token can just say,
so
boom,
to
I
me
got a
this
Mickey
almost
DeGod
sounds like
shirt?
the whole thing almost looks
Well,
like something like if you've ever run like an Amazon store or fucked around with it. I don't, because that's $40 a month and that's a whole salami, and it's outside of Web3, so it's expensive. But just looking over it now, right? It almost looks to me like it would be a percentage of cut for basically whatever you put up on the store, right? Like, let's say Rippity does your dope ass Mickey's fucking shoulder pads because you're a football fan. It's called soccer now. Don't get it wrong. Set the price of the trait on the Ute store, right? So they can set whatever that trait is going to sell for.
Flex.
Set the supply available. Sell the entire copyright to somebody else, and then collect 5% of royalties following on after that. I think a lot of the FUD that's come from it is that I honestly think a good chunk of the bag that artists are going to be making is going to be almost direct, right? Because Amazon doesn't take 90% of cuts. At least I would hope that that's how it works, because if there was a world where the team was taking 90% or 95% of the money from a trait that's entirely made by the artist, price set by the artist, supply set by the artist, copyright ownership by the artist, and then they take 90 to 95% of that, I'd start to believe these motherfuckers that are talking about Utes to 5 soul, right? Because like, at that point it would make sense, because then like, what experiment do we have? Like it's just
Well, I think so I think there's some kind of like initial sale, you're right, where the artist sells the trait to the Ute store or something like that, and then they get, residual commission on top of that based off of the royalties from that trait. I do think that like 5% of royalties, so like let's say royalties are 5%, you're getting 5% of that. Not a math guy, but that doesn't sound like much. Is super low. It's like, I would say like a regular, let's say we're looking at these as like, oh, this trade is a collab with so and so, you're probably looking at more of like a 50-50 split, and maybe that's not realistic for the entire royalties, because the team still did like create the entire project that you're able to get these royalties on. I do think 5% is on the low side. The fact that it's like there's any opportunity for people to get baked in commission, get royalties from an NFT project that they aren't part of the project, they just made a fucking trait for, is super sick.
Bro, these artists can whip these traits out quick, and like the fact that they're revenue sharing at all with them is really huge. I mean, it's pretty revolutionary.
Sick concept for sure. But it does make me wonder. So like, we all tip Rippity when he makes us a custom jersey or custom whatever. Is it going to be more worth the artist's time to like create these attributes and sell them to the Ute store? Which if I'm Rip and I'm doing NFL jerseys, I'm making every fucking team's home and away real quick, selling them all to the Ute store. Done.
See,
boom. You want
and
an
I was
NFL
thinking
jersey,
about this
you get
today.
mine. Yeah.
I was thinking about this today, because I think if you were to try to run that, given like global aspirations of what the DeGods team is trying to do with Utes and with DeGods itself, like good luck throwing a Packers logo on something, letting that shit make it like relatively. But you get what I mean. Right? Like you can play that game, but I was looking at the
just color.
What's the word? The white paper right now. I did some math. So let's say there's 100 soul floor for Utes, right? Let's just play the game. Say there's 100 soul, 10% royalty, because that's kind of the standard. I'm gonna be real, I do kind of expect a slightly higher royalty than like I know we've talked about going down to 3 to 5%. Yeah, but we've talked about going down to 3 or 5.
10 is the max.
I don't know if that's quite sustainable for the team when you start looking at these Utes that are entirely like custom trait, because that's less royalty to the team. The team still has to eat. I get it. They have money from the previous treasury from DeGods, but like play the 10% treasury again. You take 5% of that. Say Rippity makes that Sweet Mickey item. He sets it for 1 soul, right? We'll just say 1 soul. If it's a 100 soul collection, that's cheap. And he does 100 of them. That's 100 soul that Rippity makes off of that. Then every single time that one of those sells at 100 soul floor, he would make another half a Solana in perpetuity forever. That's kind of how the math works out, right? And that's assuming 100 soul floor, 10%, right? Everything can change. They can still sell that copyright to somebody else, right? So if this had existed with Dead Gods and I could buy out the copyright to like the Mickey shirt or the Mickey's visor, that would be a moneymaker, right? Like I could make some serious bank on that one.
Yeah.
And I think that's where they're going. They're just looking at, I think this was less a what's missing from like what NFTs and DeGods did specifically, and more of a look at what could we have monetized, both for ourselves and for the community, that would have added value to it.
So DAOs are going to be, or sub-DAOs, sub-communities, whatever we're going to call them, are going to be a huge money maker, we'll call it, because that's, apart from being like the mythic trait, that's probably the number one driving force behind like DeGods traits, right? Like you have like obviously your Dylan helmets, soul chains, or whatever, mythic skins, and then I would say like Mickey's are right behind that. So that's going to be a huge thing, and I feel like most sub DAOs probably have their guy who's going to make that. So if I am just a regular one-of-one artist, who's looking at Utes as an opportunity to create a new revenue stream for myself, what do you think? How do you attack that? Like I said, I think just looking at the hoodie football jersey combo, I think that's a no-brainer. You do every NFL team, and again, like there's no logo on this; it's just the colors of the team. So I don't think there's any IP infringement that you have to worry about there. So I go after that. I do every NFL team, but like what else? Keeping in mind that you can only customize the attributes so much. It says in the white paper, like a hoodie has to remain a hoodie. You can't change it into some absolutely balls to the wall shit. Like if you're a one-of-one artist, and none of us might know the answer to this question because none of us are one-of-one artists.
I am an artist. I literally proved this earlier that I am an artist.
Big veiny
so
dick
I
drawings.
think the answer to that is kind of like how does a random artist break into that, right? When every subcommunity kind of has their thing. That's you're almost trying to make the next thing that fucking slaps, right?
That's why 6 months isn't long enough, dude. Because
See, that's
shit just
and that's the
constantly
thing,
changes.
right?
If you're going to be playing long-term games,
agreed,
with fucking long-term
6 months is also like
6 months
words right now.
Isn't long enough.
Like that gas could burn right off, and this could turn into a divine delay, like we get
right.
all the time, right?
I mean,
my take on the 6 months
would be in 6 months.
Facts, big facts. Unfortunately, when I went and read through the white paper today, right before the show, because I'm a procrastinator, I read that as because right after they say, after 6 months, no new traits will be able to be accepted to the store, blah blah blah, and then it says you'll be able to break your Ute out into all the separate traits at that time, and you will be able to swap traits as you see fit, or sell your traits to somebody else. So this is something that we've been looking at with Divine Dogs, is like doing dynamic NFTs where you can swap your traits, but you can also peer-to-peer sell your traits to somebody else. To me, 6 months is the time frame they think that they need to build the platform where you can swap your traits around like in a Web3 way, not just changing my profile picture to some custom somebody made, but like actually changing, swapping the metadata of my Ute whenever I want. And then also building some kind of, marketplace or peer-to-peer trading platform where, okay, I bought the Mickey shirt, but you know what? I don't fuck with Mickey DeGods anymore. There's too many notifications in the group chat. I can't keep up with it. I want out. I'm going to sell just my Mickey shirt to somebody else. So that's what I was thinking about, like the 6 month timeline.
We don't have that
I
problem,
still
by the
think
way.
that's not enough.
People are busting
No, I
down the doors to
definitely-
get
My
in
neck
the
is
Twitter
about
group.
to not fucking with Mickey's, bro. My neck is broken.
Bad example.
If there's one thing we don't fuck with,
Keeping
and
the people
only
on their
because I want
toes.
to might do it, it's Nippies. Absolute
Yeah.
fucking rug of a project. Nippies can get fucked. No one wants that shit. It's fucking dirt poor.
Yeah, fuck Nippies.
It's just
Yeah.
a bunch of
Literally, like
everyone
lock up
in it
all
is
your
a
liquidity
rugger.
and kiss your
I have
salon
lost
goodbye.
at least
You're never
1,200
gonna
dust
see it again.
since joining it.
Yeah.
JB joined, got rugged for all of his money. Right? Like that's
How many
literally
people
what
do
Nippies does. It's a whole wallet
Literally.
drainer and you don't even know about it.
Shout out hardware wallets.
Shout out
Yo,
Hardware.
drop that ledger link.
Yeah.
Drop that ledger.
Hey, the
affiliate
link is in the description of the show. I
Yeah,
swear.
let me go fucking pull out my USB
Let's
condom.
fucking go, dude. Oh my god. Hey, not gonna lie though, like we might see some absolute madmen come out of the Nippies chat because I mean it's 50-50, one of one artists maybe. It's a good split between like one of one artists, collectors, and then just like how the fuck did we get here, which is like all the DeGods in the group chat. But dude, the custom Utes that I've seen come out of there already are absolutely fucking sick. And honestly, like that's my only concern with because I didn't realize this until I read the white paper. Is like it's very explicitly states like, okay, a hat has to remain a hat. Like so and so has to remain so and so. If you customize it, Scuba made a fucking like Bondism custom Ute that has
Bondage.
like the leather.
the gimp face.
Yeah, what did I say? Bondism, bondage. Yeah.
Shout out the artist chained up in the basement.
Yes, BDSM is what I was going for there. But yeah, like, can that never exist? Because that's what I want. I want some like off the wall fucking custom shit, dude.
So he means like you can't turn a hat into. I mean, it's not just like a head trait. You can't turn a hat into a guzzler,
Right?
Or you can't turn.
Right.
I think that's to
into-
keep like mythics mythic and commons common.
That's exactly it. So it doesn't impact rarity at all. But and basically you're given. Yeah, I heard Frank briefly talk about it. Like he's like each trait has its own hitbox, right? That basically keeps it from conflicting with everything else, like layering wise,
Makes
blah blah
sense.
blah.
The layers, yeah.
Right. But yeah, I think a lot of it
Yeah,
has to do with rarity as well. But I like, yeah, I don't know.
We've never had any of those mid fucking layers, dude. That's never really. I mean, I guess before that actually used to be an issue, right?
Yeah.
You remember some of the layering fuck ups in the DeGods collection?
Facts, yeah. But yeah.
Let me say this. One thing that I'm concerned about is that I think is actually a very valid concern is with all these custom traits. I mean, like you were saying, the NFL logos. I mean, I'm really looking forward to an All Blacks collection. Shout out to the D-Kiwis. They go hard as fuck. Not quite as hard as the Aussies, but there's just too many goddamn Aussies in the world.
All 8 of the Kiwis go hard as fuck.
The Kiwis fuck. But so like this, okay, so I'm gonna have my Nippy with a custom New Zealand All Blacks jersey. Dude, some of these companies, these brands, NFL, MLB, whatever, NBA, all these bootleg traits. I mean, I don't want to say bootleg, but
Yeah.
the artists don't have they don't have the rights to this stuff. They can't sell them, dude. You've watched any professional sport game, like you watch a baseball game, dude, in the third, fifth, sixth inning, whatever they say, all rights reserved. You can't use this shit. You can't fucking reproduce this content without express written consent.
You'll have to do it without like the logo. It says in the white paper also like one of the approval criteria is it can't be a direct usage of an existing copyrighted IP. So that's what I was saying with like the NFL jerseys,
so like colors and like bootleg logos.
You can use the colors.
That's cool.
I think like some teams will be hard. Like I'm sure the Brits are gonna want like all their fucking soccer teams to have jerseys.
Shout out soccer.
Hey,
You know,
shout
like-
out to the guys UK.
Those fucking soccer ball.
All Blacks is like if you don't have like that it is like a black feather or some shit I forget, but you know what I mean. Without that logo, Silver Fern. Sorry, way off. The fucking black feathers. Get out of here. It's kind of hard to like determine what it is without that. So, yeah, it'll be, but
have to get creative.
You'll have to get creative with the like not infringing on existing copyrights thing. But also on that note, like I legitimately have not felt as emotionally attached to a profile picture as I have after seeing Rippity's custom Packer jersey hoodie D-shoey Ute. Like
So-
besides my alive Soul Chain Mickey, like this is the first time since then that I've been like, holy fuck, like that is me in a PFP. And I do
So-
think that's the ultimate goal of Utes is like you get, which maybe doesn't bode well for like secondary trading and royalties, but I think the ultimate goal is like you finding your ultimate profile picture, like your forever PFP.
I do wonder like what level they're going to like enforce that copyright thing at, because if you look at my god right now, he's wearing a Goo God shirt with the exact Google colors, so like you're gonna be able to get it to look very similar if they're gonna accept stuff
Yeah.
like that. And you know, in the original collection, there's the Bass Pro Shop hats that just have like it says DeGod Pro Shop and stuff like that. So I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I think they'll be able to get around it pretty
they're-
easily.
The way I'm thinking about this, bro, like as somebody who's, let's just say a DeGod holder, right? And somebody who's fucking, you know, sat here fucking and seen like how everyone plays the game, because that's the way I think about all this shit, bro. It's just a fucking game, bro. And it's kind of like, here we are, like, and really what I think about, like, a lot of, like, us holders, bro, there's so many different ways to fucking play this game, bro. Like, going into, like, fucking Utes, fucking, like, you can, like, hold Utes and, like, stack coins and then wait for trades to hit the stores and fucking, you know what I mean? So essentially you're holding, like, blank Utes with stacked coins. You can fucking commission an artist to make some shit for you, fucking, like, split some fucking royalties. You fucking go through and, like, grab a fucking Zion key, bro, fucking sweep fucking certain traits, fucking monopolize.
Oh.
Like, let's say the fucking whatever, the fucking Halo or whatever, bro. I guess that's just like just some ideas, but I also think about this shit, bro. Like, I think it was the Scum episode we did, like we were talking about. I was telling you guys about that guy, that artist, Michelangelo Caravaggio. So so well,
Here we go again.
hey, so hey, no, but hey, but straight up though,
Chapter,
bro,
I love
like
you.
this is like,
Shout out to Buddy.
hey, word.
Shout out
No,
to
but
fucking
shout out to
Manolo.
history, bro. So, yeah, bro, fucking, this was the shit reminds me of, bro, because that's the way the shit used to be, bro.
Manolo.
Fucking, history lesson, like, basically, like, back in the day.
We're about to have a whole new renaissance.
Yeah, the fucking Catholic Church, right, you know, became, you know, the ultimate superpower, right? You know, after, like, feudal societies, all that bullshit or whatever. Anyway. So basically everybody's fucking traveling to fucking get their art commission for the fucking Vatican City. So it's kind of like, that's where I think about this shit, bro. It's kind of like, yo, like in all honesty, bro, like I feel like there's a lot of people like I see just posting shit that they drew, like people who weren't artists before, you know what I mean? But in all reality, they could probably get, you know, some good income fucking on fucking Fiverr now, you know what I mean? Just off of, you know, their practice and shit. So I think
Dude,
it's gonna be
it's
fucking,
gonna be
it's
sick,
gonna be
man.
fucking
Absolutely.
awesome, bro. I think it's
It's
gonna be
gonna be
fucking
sick. There you
crazy ass
go.
fucking
Yeah.
shit. Like there's gonna be crazy ass traits. I don't know, bro. I think shit's
Yeah.
gonna be crazy, bro.
I just had an interesting
Yeah,
thought
Go ahead.
about like maybe collabs and even like giving more value to the DeGods themselves, the main collection. Like, what if some traits are made that, you know, you can only buy it if you also hold this in your wallet. If you hold a Mickey DeGod in your wallet, you can only buy this. Or if
that's
you hold a
what.
primate. Go off.
That's one of my concerns with the like buying of these traits, because like, yeah, so obviously Mickeys are gonna make a fucking play on the whole like Utes thing and the, you know, having custom traits and sub DAOs and all that shit. But what is the requirement for that? Can anyone just pull up with X amount of dust or soul and buy the trait? Can we say, okay, you own a Mickey DeGod, you get the trait for free, everyone else has to pay 100 soul for it or some shit like that? So that's what I'm saying, like, because otherwise you lose the like premium
Exclusivity.
Yeah, exactly.
For-
the
yeah.
exclusivity
I mean,
and the
bro, like,
premium
for
that the sub DAOs are trading for. If anyone can just pull up with a Y token and be like, I want to be a Mickey
The thing-
DeGod.
No, so I think so they haven't really discussed this yet, but like how are they gonna integrate dust with Utes? And the way I think about it, like say like so like you saw me dripping last week. I bought that fucking
yeah, with the
fire as
fucking
fuck radioactive
yeah, the dildo.
for
Yeah.
a lot.
Ripping.
Yeah. Yo, shout out to the guy that fucking a mod of a Web3 project that stole my fucking PFP and got fired. Fucking clown shoes.
Fuck that guy.
Straight fucking
What's his
clown
at?
shoes.
No, it's
bro.
all good. Yeah, I was gonna say it's all good.
I'm not even gonna
Probably
say it.
deleted
I
his
feel
shit, man.
I honestly feel bad because I got this guy fired, and like I'm not I'm a bit of a
They probably
hater,
weren't
but
paying
like
him
I
in the
don't want to
first
see
place.
people get hurt.
Shut up. Never mind.
I didn't realize we didn't have
This
to
is the
pay
thing,
people when I started the project. We paid all our like
I
community
know.
managers. Bro, we paid so many people in Divine Dogs. Like, damn, I could have just rugged all these
Well,
hoes.
good on you, dude. That's the way it should be, man. Treat people how you want to be treated,
Yeah,
dude.
no.
Like fuck Urcon. Like bro, that thread that the guy came out with the other day. Who was it? I don't know.
He was one of the community managers for
Yeah.
DGen Sweepers that
Yo,
didn't get paid.
shout out to those guys, bro. I read those threads. There was a couple of them.
The fact that they didn't
I mean,
pay
they're
that guy
dumb, but-
$600 is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Bro, I mean that was like the last straw. I thought the project was corny as fuck from the start, but when he wouldn't pay his workers $600
Unreal.
and he's loafing as like a fucking guy that has money and stuff, like dude, get the
That's
fuck
because
out
mom
of
and dad cut him off. He was like, "Mom, I need to pay my friends for hanging out with me on the internet and doing." They were like, "No, the NFTs aren't real. None of it's real." So back like when Duppies first got announced, Frank said that he was looking at like the Moonbird staking structure as like a way to reward people and shit. I don't personally know what that looks like, but I think it's kind of close to. So like Just Ape is doing this staking thing where like you get levels as you stake. The longer you're staked, you know, you just get experience, level goes up. And then, you know, as your level goes up, like level 30, you get, you know, a fucking welcome pack. Level 40, you get blah, blah, blah. Level 60, you get blah, blah, blah. So I think that's kind of what it was along the lines of, like the longer you stake, the more you get rewards wise. Do we think by any
I think
means
it's just Y
it's just Y tokens?
Yeah, it should just be Y tokens.
It's just Y tokens.
You shouldn't be able to, as an artist, you shouldn't be able to release one unless you've been staked for 30 days. Something along those lines, right? I don't know the exact math for it. Shout out math, at least once.
Respect that.
I don't know the exact math on it, but at some level, you have to be, as an artist, staked. And it's either you can't unstake, you have to be staked for 30 days, or you can't unstake for 30 days after. I can't remember all the science on it, because I'm just a one-on-one artist, as we've established.
Are you making these up, or are these based off of something?
No, I sit through a lot of spaces. I listen to a lot of stuff. Frank
Okay.
likes to talk a lot. That's why I've got the Giga Chad starter pack. Most of the reason why I went to Hollywood for the whole scavenger hunt was to find him, right?
Yeah.
Didn't see a single Honda CRV. It was miserable.
Did you find
But
him?
I tried.
Yeah.
No.
No,
I
you
said
found
earlier.
better. You found cuddles, bro. Or pencils. Fuck.
Dude, I found myself. I went on a whole spiritual journey to West Hollywood and found myself.
Jesus. Hey, that's what the Rippity do. Scavenger hunt will do that to you.
You look insane right now, Cuddles. You're fucking masked up.
Insanely
you look like
hot,
a little, like,
dude. Little hair
Oh, we're gonna
poking
close
out of
the
the
cop.
front of the balaclava.
Yo, hold on real quick. Yo, moment of silence for the merchless. Everybody who faded like the merch and now is feeling the pain, bro. Like, I see you, bro. I don't know how it feels. Nobody.
Me.
Oh, well, Slate knows how
Yeah.
it feels, bro, but I can't relate. That's too bad.
I haven't got mine
You
yet,
know,
so I kind of know how it
RIP,
feels.
bro.
Hey, shout out DGen Dixon because I got the hat. Well, fuck, I took it off. I got the OG merch hat and I got the OG merch shirt, but I did not buy the OG merch box. Shout out to the boy. Have not got the new merch yet, but yo, let's talk Youths merch real quick. Did y'all see the tweet? Finn fired off a tweet about Youths merch. The first question was, what do you guys prefer? Limited drops, or do you think there should be some kind of like 24/7 merch available? All right,
Dude, there should be 24/7 merch 365. You should be able to buy this shit whenever you want. Like, put on for the team.
Not
rep
all of
this
it.
Shit. You should
Disagree.
not all of it.
Disagree.
I
Not all of it. Not
agree
all
and
of it, no.
disagree. Somebody
Yes.
made a very good point underneath Finn's tweet. Like, there should be the basics. Like, okay,
Yes.
like a Utes hoodie, or sorry, like a Utes logo shirt, a Utes fucking coffee mug. The basics, 24/7, whenever you want it. Limited drops every
Sure.
so often. So it's like, because then we get these shirts, the Iona basketball team shirt, and people on the timeline on Twitter are like, fuck, I need one. Oh, I wasn't a holder then, or oh, I faded the merch. Like, you definitely need that limited
Hey,
part
facts.
as well.
Let me ask you this. Somebody, chapter Slate, you guys shout out the black culture. You guys know this. I mean, you're hype beasts. You're fucking,
All right,
Represent.
all right, bro.
Yep,
you guys are hype beasts.
we're all
The girl- bro,
inclusive.
yeah, I don't give. I'm not, bro. You know, I'm all love. The black chick at the post office, she was geeking on my fucking "fuck it, we ball" shirt. She's like, "Yo, I need that shit. Like that matches my fucking
Pussy hair.
the Toon Squad."
Oh yes, yeah.
Bro, seen so many
Hey, I
Space
think
Jam
I know that
callouts.
girl. I saw her at the barbecue.
Hell yeah. No, but,
That's Chapter's cousin.
are these my question? Are these the stuff that we're buying, Joe? The good shit.
Yeah.
The real
Fuck
the real
away ball,
fire.
the oversized shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Are these are fear of God? Is that the word?
That's what I have heard. I've heard that from Rippity, who's like the merch expert. I think I heard that back when it was first getting dropped, that it's all fear of God. And Rip even mentioned it like this. Its sizes like fear of God because all their shit is massive.
I mean,
And he said they should have slapped a disclaimer on it.
this shirt is a 13 out of 10, even if it's a dress.
Yeah. Hey, what about the ink though?
This-
Because I heard
I love that shit.
the print doesn't stand up as well.
It doesn't like heat. So I've tried to shrink all of these. They don't shrink. Well, all their experiments failed. I promise you, they don't shrink.
I heard some people in the Dow,
There's
they
too
got
much-
their shit to shrink, bro. You sure you don't got that weak dryer or what?
Yeah, you got a dryer on low, gentle.
Bro, I turn my
Delicates?
hot water heater all the way up to burn the fuck out of you, 1st-degree burns.
Bro,
This
you
shit
know
doesn't
dryers don't use water, right?
Yeah,
No,
you have
but
to dry
I
it
got
on
kinda
hot, not
lost
wash
it
it on
real
hot.
Yeah, I'm aware, Slate. It's a two-step process. You wash it in the hot. You boil the shit. Like, shout out to Frank Reynolds. You boil the shit. There's too many threads in these things, bro. These
I
are like
didn't know this. Okay.
3,333 thread counts. This shirt is not. It's good. It's not the same. It's
Not
like an
the
8
same.
out of 10.
Okay.
It's not as good as the fucking we ball. It's just not even close.
Word.
The color, that cream color, bro, it's so on point. It's
Yeah,
my favorite. It's
I
my
got-
favorite piece of clothing I've ever owned.
I got a
Hey.
swap
Fine.
coming for that.
Yeah,
I thought I ordered one. Apparently, I didn't order one, but I got a swap for the black shirt coming for a fuckaway ball shirt. So I'm fired up about that.
Bro, I've been trying to buy the large pastel. That guy, the guy that's like something fucking Esquire. The guy out of Minnesota. He's a lawyer, and he announced his departure the other day.
Yeah. I
Like,
know who
you
you're talking about.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because
And
of
well,
you.
He's got pastels.
Tell me
Now,
how that
hold on.
goes.
Who the fuck was that dude? I just see him. I'm selling all 74. Who the bro?
No. That's
No,
not
so
that
the other guy,
He
he said,
only-
I'm selling my 4 mythics, bro. And I got fucking. I didn't know he had
Yeah,
pastels though.
Yeah, no, I know who the fuck you're talking about, bro. Like, who the fuck are you though?
I don't know. He's
That was the first time I've ever seen him.
Didn't come
Well,
on the
he's
pod.
kind of-
Not gonna make it.
No, he's like a silent supporter, dude. You go in his Discord name is like Marco Benieski. I've been fucking DMing him for like 10 days now consecutively. Like, hey, bro, like we agreed to a deal. He said I'm selling pastel and large, which if you follow me on Twitter, I've been looking for one of those for a month. I faded originally. Then this shit came out, so on point. The quality is insane. The fit's a little bit big, but this is how they should fit. The hoodies are like true to size plus like a little bit of size, but they're awesome.
I'm down for that.
I'm like, I need to.
I like to fluctuate.
bro. I got a fucking XL pastel, bro. Like, and
Why?
I
Shit.
fucking love this shit, bro. Because in all reality, the way I think,
Do
yeah,
you?
fuck yeah, I do, bro. And this shit's gonna fucking,
Are you a big
this
fan,
shit's
bro?
gonna fucking stand the test of time, bro. Because what you're saying is like, okay, like I'm fucking hot water, fucking super mega high,
Doesn't do
fucking
anything.
gamma heat, my fucking shit, my shit's not shrinking. I mean, in all reality,
agrees.
over time, like you keep fucking washing and drying that shit, bro. Like, thread's gonna thread. You know what I mean?
They don't change.
And
I've tried multiple times. They don't change.
hey, I'm just saying.
Chapter, you need the thoughts, bro. I feel like in my head, you just look like Ollie Joseph. Shout out Ollie Joseph.
Ollie
You haven't heard much from
No,
him.
bro.
Bro, I can tell you exactly what
Yeah,
chapter.
bro, bro,
He's
I'm-
a silent builder.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Show us, Cuddles. What does Chapter look like?
Oh shit, hey, yeah, bro. Hey, how'd you get that, bro?
Bro, it's chapter.
Hey, how'd you get that?
Going away present from
Real,
Lat Mosh
shout out
Job.
to Seed.
Hey, yeah, word.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
shout out to C
No,
though.
but-
Hey, straight up. Hey, so my baby, bro. Hey, shout out my C, bro. Shout out to Picture Books, bro. So had this doctor's appointment today.
Picture books.
They said that
Shout
she's
out
in like the
doctor's appointment.
96th percentile, bro, like for head circumference, because I guess that's how you measure like growth in babies or whatever, like their brain and their skull size or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, bro. So she got a big ass head, bro. She's fucking like almost like 13 pounds, bro. Fucking,
Check out
2
this.
months.
Check out this
Hey,
goddamn.
facts. You know what I mean?
It's
Hey,
massive.
straight up. Shout out to
Huge.
Picture Books.
Hey,
Keep
shout
going.
out Soul Big Brain too for the new How Rare rankings. Rugged
Dude.
Hurricane of #1. That shit was fucking
Bro.
hilarious, bro.
Robbed him.
Shout out to
For real.
SBB.
Those rankings. That's one thing we should talk about. The rankings have been flawed. The official rankings are not right. I mean, that fucking beautiful radioactive naked. There's nothing like it.
Should be number one. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Shout out Big Brain, bro. Like, guy's a fucking
I
Chad.
don't know if it should be number one, but dude, if you put together how rare the fucking radioactive is, combined with how rare a complete naked no trait is, I'm not a fucking trait guy. I don't care about low traits at all. I always laugh at people on the timeline. They're like,
Well,
"Oh yeah, I got this 3-4 trait."
yeah.
But like now, I kind of see it. There's 2 of them in the fucking collection.
I'll tell you what.
One of them is
If
really active.
the issue is that the God dome or whatever it is, the bald head, is not like it counts as a trait. So if you're looking at DeGod's rarity, technically a 3 trait DeGod is mythic, and that means a naked body, any trait on the body, and a background. So, like, when you look at these nakeds, like, they count as that. And when I say naked, I mean the ones with the bald head. They count as that. If you count the God dome as a 0 attribute, then you're looking at
attribute.
Yeah, then you're looking at 2 Ts instead of 3 Ts, and then there's only 2 of them versus however many 3 Ts there are in the. So yeah, it's a very good point.
So I get it, bro. I mean, if you think about how many mythic Mambas are there?
Way more 40, than 2.
30? Way more than 2 by a factor of Elon Musk. Shout out to whatever the fuck he says.
Science, bro. Back to Y00ts, because apparently we haven't talked about Y00ts yet. So Y00ts scholarship, PSA right now. All right, Cuddle's on the 5th shirt. It's the OG white merch box shirt, which I fuck with. Love the fit on that. Tighter on the ribs. PSA, if you are a Dead God or DeGod holder, please don't fucking apply for a Y00ts scholarship. You don't need one. You get to mint whenever you want. So fucking quit it.
Yeah, so another thing, like, that, it's one of these, like, frank possibilities, right? So, he said that, for example, if someone, like, a certain loophole, I guess, like, in this whole, like, Y00ts thing is, if someone was to list a Y00t and it's outside of, like, that 6-month mark or whatever, like, someone was, okay, so basically, let's say, Y00ts go live, Marketplace is live, or Secondary is live, somebody lists a Y00t, and then it's not staked for, like, the first, like, 30 days, I think he said that there's like some type of like loophole, like let's say it only has 1 token on it, then there might be a possibility for you to, I guess, top off like a certain token amount, like with Dust or Soul.
What token amount? Y token amount?
The Y token amount, yeah. So basically, like if somebody has like 1 token, there's like, yo, fuck it, I hate fucking Y00ts, I'm just gonna list my shit or whatever reason, and they list their Y00t, then. And I guess there's like not like it's not staked for X amount of time and you buy it or whatever, you're outside of like that window, then I guess there might be possibly a way that you can exchange Dust or Soul to get that Y token.
The one thing I hope is that they don't make this shit too complicated, right? Like,
oh my god, dude, like, love Vandals, but I found out the other day I had to be in advanced training, and I'm like, well, my Vandal's in the gutter, but he's not in advanced training. How do I get him from the gutter to advanced training? Oh, I got to go to regular training, unstake him, then go back to the gutter, then go to advanced training, then stake him. It's like, Jesus Christ, dude.
You got to do your fucking research on some of these projects.
Yeah, I was gonna say, damn, bro, you guys...
Yeah, and I can't read, so fuck that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we're here to make fucking money, bro. Like, we're not reading shit, bro. It's fucking, get paid, bro.
Hell yeah. All right, so just thinking of the art, because this is something that I've seen a lot. And I forgot to ask it earlier. So a lot of people's complaint with the art is like it's not original enough. Like we kind of touched on it a little bit. Let me ask you this:
Y00ts?
I'm talking Y00ts art.
You couldn't say that about fucking DeGods.
What the fuck would you do that is original now? Like what has not been done? Like what could we have released that was like truly everyone saw it and they were all like, oh my god, this is like the craziest new thing.
I think in the style of DeGods, they should have kept it with more within the original brand. The colors.
So like humanoid as fuck, not animal at all.
So that's the thing is there.
Yeah.
The intent is to create a separate brand, right? The intent is to create something to compete with themselves. And you can talk about color schemes.
Mm-hmm.
You can talk about, it looks like an ape, right? It's not an ape. It's not a Yeti. It's a Y00t.
Oh, facts.
Shout out Finn.
What is a Y00t? What is a Y00t?
It's a fucking Y00t.
You could talk all day about 1,000 things that can happen. A Ute,
Yeah.
a Ute is a Ute.
Word.
Yeah,
That's it.
you're
Somebody-
right.
You'll
Yeah.
find out when it fucking mints. Not to go full fucking Nancy Pelosi and like insider trade, but like
Shout
you'll
out
find
to-
out what a Ute is when you
Bro,
mint a Ute.
You'll find out what a Ute is when you buy
I
one
didn't
for 100 Sol on
Shout out
secondary.
insider
I didn't,
gamer.
I didn't realize until like a week or two ago that Nancy Pelosi is like 90 years old and rocking like a triple D buff, bro. It's insane. It's retarded. It's
Bro, Nancy
ridiculous.
got the boobies.
Okay.
The B00BIES.
You,
80085.
Fucking
Yo, hold on. All right, so just because we're talking about Nancy, bro, were you guys like on the internet, bro? Like this is like a few months ago when I guess I don't remember what it was. It was some article. I don't know if it was in like Rolling Stone. I don't know what it was, but they were talking about Nancy Reagan and how she was apparently the throat goat, bro.
That's exactly.
Hey,
Okay,
I'm
all
the
right,
throat
yeah.
goat.
I'm just
Bro,
gonna
no,
throw
but,
that
like,
into the
where's
universe.
Jocelyn?
You guys
Okay.
jumped in that fucking
I
tunnel,
got some.
bro.
I
but
got
the
some
memes
googling
are
to do
insane,
after
bro.
this. All right.
All right.
You're
I got
down
some
bad,
shit to look
JB.
into.
You're
Okay,
on
but
purpose. Down bad if you
I
do
got
this.
competition.
That's
Yeah,
competition.
no,
I
I'm
don't
the
got
throat goat.
Alzheimer's,
That's
bro.
bullshit.
But
But no. Anyways, so you're saying like Hasselhoff, you said okay, make it like DeGod style,
The
like
throat
you know,
goat.
more humanoid or whatever. Okay, we drop that, then people are like, oh, it looks the same as DeGod's. It's not original. Like, what the fuck could we drop that would actually be original? I don't think that it really is like out there. You know what I mean? Without it being some like dumb shit.
This is the thing. What I want is different than what the market wants. I'm a fucking DF Maxi. Peanuts.
What are you eating, boy? Mouth
Penis?
full, mouth absolutely full on the
Peanuts?
pot.
Mouth full.
you know what I think?
That's
I think it's not
perfect.
like really in a sense of like being original. Like because I don't think about it in that sense. I guess in I know Scum said that he was gonna drop this like thread, bro, which I'm waiting to read. But I think it's like more along the lines of like, bro, just like what fucks, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
Agreed.
Just,
I agree.
what's
Like
just gonna fuck?
you
Real
look at
talk.
it and it
Real-
makes you like comfortable.
Yo, Alpha.
Not
real
comfortable.
talk,
It makes you
Alpha.
like attached.
I think
Yeah, word.
When I went to Hollywood, sat down, talked to pencils. We discussed this because I was hammered and or not hammered, whatever. I'm gonna talk about what I feel like. We brought up like the whole like Basie, OK Bears, right? We brought up all that stuff, all like the originality, the non-originality. Like to me personally, side note, the last original thing to happen was the Avatar movie, right? They hit it right. Since then, there's literally no new ideas.
They copied Pocahontas.
Yeah, but but blue, right? The ribs make money. Solana Ape Yacht Club, whichever
cool.
one it is. No, that's a cool group. Whatever. Beside the point. Talk to pencils. I think Scum is gonna drop another Giga thread. Might be in collaboration with everybody else. I don't know exactly who, but probably Scum because he does write some good threads. Covering some of the artwork leading up to, right? Because obviously this is not a fucking first draft that we saw on Y00ts.com. This is not this. There has been 1,000 iterations. Things have been scrapped, burned, plagiarized, insider traded. Like so many things have happened that like what we see now versus what the initial concept art was is going to be so wildly different. So I think Pencil's almost exact quote. I'm going to paraphrase because alcoholic. I think what he said was all these people that are talking about how unoriginal the art was are going to be eating their own shit.
This is
Now,
the
he didn't
thing.
say that second part, but
we've seen 10.
they should also be eating their own shit.
We've seen 10 examples.
Yeah.
Even if you go by like the lowest trait from the original DeGod collection, I don't know what the fucking the fewest amount of traits are for a specific, say body, head, whatever, eyes,
Yeah.
fucking.
It's
more than
still
10.
like
It's like
50
double
is the
that.
lowest. Yeah.
This is one thing. This is like, bro, I'm so fucking bearish on all these NFTs that aren't DeGods, but there's just, I really am. I really am, dude. I don't buy anything.
Yeah.
I don't buy fucking.
Or you guys won't know until you go on a whole ass step and walk for an hour plus with Hasselhoff. And he just tells
Everything
you
else
about how
sucks.
DeGods are literally going to be president. Like, not Frank.
Sure.
Just the collection will be president.
Yeah, I don't think like
I miss our walks, Cuddles.
I agree with what you said, Cuddles. Like everything has been fucking done. Like just do it well, and then I think adding the customization aspect, where okay, all we really need from the team is a base that fucks, and then we can do the rest basically. And
I think
to me, like that's what it is. And I think it's different enough. Like I heard the main three, I'll say comparisons were OK Bears, Basic
It's
or
Bears and
Bored Ape
Primates.
Yacht Club, whatever the fuck it's called, and then Primates. Primates,
No,
I
it's
don't
like-
see one bit. It's literally Primates is like incredibly dark color schemes. It's very like hard lines, sharp features. That I never fucking got. OK
All I
Bears,
can-
like what?
All I can see, dude, is these fucking lines that don't look finished. That's it.
Don't worry about the lines. Don't worry about the lines. We'll color in the
But
lines
clearly-
later. They'll
clearly
be
that's
thick
like-
when it's done.
That's like a stylistic aspect that they're going for, dude. Is these unfinished, like raw lines.
Yeah.
On some of them, they look good. On like the pencil colored ones, dude, that are sort of opaque, they look good. On the rest, they look unfinished to me. That's the only thing. I'm gonna
That's
be
fair.
straight with you.
I didn't notice
Well-
that until I zoomed all the way in on it, and now, like I get what you're saying now. So
Yeah.
like, fair, but I still think like from an overall perspective, it's like it's a clean base that you could do whatever the fuck you want to, which is where the customization comes in.
You're right
And
with
it just gives off like an overall kind of vibe to me, at least, because that's everyone interprets art personally. To me, it just gives off a vibe of like these guys are here to fucking chill and have a good time, and I feel like that's the goal we're going for. And you can only be so original, so fuck that. I got literally like people with Bored Ape Yacht Club profile pictures, which to me is like some of the ugliest fucking art I've ever seen in NFTs. You know, they were early, so they didn't really know what good art even looked like. But I have those people literally in my mentions, like, I'm super disappointed in the Y00ts art. Like, buddy, your fucking ape like looks like my 4-year-old cousin fucking drew it. So
Dude.
sorry about that.
There's some.
But-
It's tough because this is the thing. Is like, how do you? I mean, we've all got our own opinions, right? Like, we're all people.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a lot of people in the DeGods fam, like Calvin Becerra or fucking Threador or fucking all these guys. Like, who's the one I'm forgetting, dude? It sounds criminal. I'm forgetting. Like, we've all got our tastes in art, and I happen to like DeGods. He happens to be a fan of BAYC. I think it's just because it's just like a money thing, dude. They've run up so well. It's not because the art is good. It's because they've made a fucking bag, right?
For sure. Hey, you want to know why we couldn't remember his name? Shooter McAlpha has not tweeted since July 4th. So
Is he still with
Oh.
us?
I was gonna
Tough
say,
times.
that
birthday,
holiday
America.
weekend's no joke, bro. So
Did
shout out
he
to him.
die in a tragic firework accident?
I
Hey,
don't know.
bro.
I sure
But,
hope
shout
not.
out
What do you guys think about everyone saying that DeGods is going to dump post Y00ts?
I mean, I
Well, I hope.
Same.
That's the
shitting
hope
on
of
some-
everyone, bro.
I fucked up. I
Yeah,
sold one.
that's
I bought
honestly,
one.
I feel
Right.
like in all reality, I feel like
They're going.
I feel like it's just like I don't really
Yeah, but
believe
to
the
what
hype,
extent?
bro.
Nothing
I
like-
feel like
Nothing like Catalina whales. Nothing even
Exactly.
fucking close.
And
Maybe
that's the comparison everyone is making is, oh, look what Bubble Goose
Nothing.
did to Catalina Whales.
nothing like that, dude. Maybe
And I think, God,
I was gonna say 150 at the absolute extreme case. I think 200.
you guys really think that's gonna, bro?
I
Really?
think,
Okay,
two-
so
I think 200
No,
is
ain't no
like,
way.
to me, 200 is
way.
the absolute extreme case, I think.
bro,
But I
yeah,
still don't think, because listen, when's the last time we were at 200?
Like a month
I
ago?
don't
even-
2 months ago?
I don't know. I was gonna say I don't really be like tracking the floor price. I just be saying
Yeah, I
free
don't
on Twitter. But what was I gonna say? So, bro, like this is what I think when it comes down to people saying like, oh yeah, like there's gonna be this like fucking like post like Y00ts fucking DeGods fucking dump, bro. Like, all right, so one, who the fuck is Kevin? Two, when the fuck is Kevin? Right?
Kevin's a
And
legend.
then
Kevin's
you
the
see what I'm
only
saying?
NFT that I like.
and it's kind of like,
Facts.
okay, what is Kevin doing? Where's Kevin at? And then also, what powers, the thing that Kevin is,
Kevin's a meme,
I don't know.
bro.
Hey, I'm just saying, bro, like-
No, when he's
That's-
talking about Dust Labs, he's saying I speak chapter. He's saying
Yeah.
once Y00ts drops that the DeGods team is going to have some Dust Labs shit lined up, and they're literally going to drop like a Dust Labs
Word,
announcement the fucking
No,
day
and-
after Y00ts mints or some
yeah,
shit like
and
that.
not even just that though, but that's just like one component. That's just Dust Labs itself. But I think like Dust Labs is like, I really don't. I mean, I guess once we get fucking Kevin on the show, Kevin can, can speak
Yeah.
in Kevin. But
was
you know, I think when it comes down to DeGods, like Frank has said this, bro. Like, hey, yo, like this is, you know, shit's about to get fucking real, bro. Just know, bro. Like when we're doing the fucking use thing, yeah. But you know, for DeGods, bro, announcements are coming. You guys seen? Okay, for example, another thing I missed from the. I was gonna say another thing I missed from the fucking recap. You guys seen the that they're updating the rarity site again? V3.
Wait, our rarity site?
Yes. You didn't see Odoblin
Yeah, I heard that
posted
actually.
that? Yeah.
When?
Odoblin pushed out
Recently.
rarity.dgods.com V3. So chances are it's gonna be included in part of this new roadmap. No one knows, right?
Yes.
Nobody knows what the new thing's gonna be. I do think that the new roadmap is going to be heavily tied in with what Y00ts is doing, right? And I think that's why they included the 6-month timeline, right? Big brain, circles,
not
right?
square.
Not a square, a circle. I think in 6 months we're going to see a new team take over what Y00ts is doing, and we're going to have an entirely separate entity running that. But for the next 6 months, there's going to be a significant value advantage to people that hold both. I don't think there's going to be anything crazy like, oh, if you mint, you're going to get a fucking golden straw, right? I love fruits.
Or golden coin.
I think having a DeGod and having a U.
What? When is who going to kill themselves?
When are fruits?
No, I'm sorry.
When are fruits going to fucking come back from the dead? Is what I should say, because I bought the dip and it just kept dipping.
Oh, just
when,
bro, I'm
when
like,
the juice
wait,
comes out, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not sure what we're talking.
This dude says he doesn't buy any NFTs besides DeGods.
He bought the dip at fruits at 8 Soul.
Correct on fruits.
Bro, hold on. Me and Hasselhoff are close, right? So like I know for a fact that he's like, are you still like top 3 holders for VSL? Are you still fucking hanging on?
Hey, we're
like,
bullish on that.
Of those things. But you ever let anything?
I let a bunch.
You let something go?
I mean, I fucking hope he did, bro. Like, what did BSL start at? 7 Soul, and they went to like 120. I'd fucking hope he sold something.
I don't even remember what the mint was.
Okay, my average, the mint was like 2 or 3.
Mint was 3, yeah.
It was 3.
I had fucking 12 of those fuckers at an average cost of 4 Soul.
Right.
So like,
fuck 3 Soul mint.
Eventually, I'm okay. NFTs are rugs, like they all suck. I love Blocksmith, Alex, Harmy, those guys fuck, Chromie.
Yeah, shout out to the homies.
Dude, they're awesome. It's nothing against them. It's just I'm just bearish on NFTs. There's too many of them.
Yeah.
Supply is
and when you're like the guy that fucking, you know, minted an OK Bear and was like, oh my god, 160 Soul. I should probably sell one of these. Yeah, you fucking think? Of course you should.
Yeah,
there's one project that mentality does not apply to, and it's fucking DeGods, because we don't know what the ceiling is.
That's correct. Thank you.
Full on, dude.
There's not another word
dip
for
my feet in the waters, dude. I'm still gonna buy an infected for the
of course.
The drop, you know.
Yeah, shout out Infected Mob. I'm ready for my 5 airdrops. Thank you very much. But the DeGods dip post Y00ts. I personally hope that whatever announcement, whatever it is that Frank has plans for post Y00ts, I hope he waits like 2 months. No, sorry, 2 weeks. 2 weeks, sorry. Not months. 2 weeks before he announces it, because I would love to see the floor dip, because think of that. That's all fucking royalties feeding the DAO. That's all a better entry for people that are bullish on DeGods, and especially some of us like longtime holders who are like, who look at like a 300 Soul floor and are like, well, fuck, nice knowing you. I guess I'll stick with what I have. I hope that he waits, lets it dip to like 200 Soul, and then rips an announcement, and it's like straight back up to, you know, whatever.
That's probably how it'll go.
Yeah. You know, somebody in the chat was asking about like, I guess like 0% royalties or some shit, because that's like the main topic.
Oh, are we worried about yaw? No, I'm not worried about yaw.
I'm
not worried about yaw, because everyone who understands how like NFT projects and like furthering the space and building the space works understands that real royalties are a crucial part of that. You can't make most NFT projects base their entire business model or whatever it is off of mint funds. If you do, you're going to see a whole lot more projects trying to mint at like $500, $1,000, because they have to actually raise money, because there's no fucking income after they mint. So then you get to the point where people just bitch about high mint price. So yes, I will pay a lower mint price and I will pay a small percent to fucking trade my NFTs because that's how a lot of these teams get paid. Unless you're like, there's projects that do like Web 2 stuff with Web 3 money. And to me, that's not even, it's a great, concept or whatever. And I do think there's some good projects. Like there's some, like realty projects out there or whatever that use NFTs to fundraise, whatever. But I don't think that that's like a sustainable model if we're trying to further Web3, where every single Web3 project has to have some kind of Web2 revenue stream to keep going. So fuck the zero royalties crowd. That's my take.
All right, so really what I'm thinking is kind of like, okay, like regardless of, let's say, the announcement, I'm thinking in order for the floor to go so low, bro, like we need some FUD, bro. Like, where's the FUD, bro? I need everybody. How are we gonna get fucking?
Oh,
how do you guys
dude,
feel?
We're gonna get FUDded. So the FUD already just surrounding the art release for Utes is wild. We're gonna get FUDded so fucking hard when Utes drop, and I think I 100% think so because there's only 3,500 people or something that are gonna get a Utes scholarship that aren't already a DeGod's holder. So listen, as somebody who is reviewing scholarships and knows that there's about 25,000 scholarship applications, which means 20,000 people that are not going to get a Utes that want one. Yeah, there's going to be some fucking FUD because how does it go, bro? Anytime you came in a project that is super hyped, you FUD the shit out of it.
Night. This dude Jack TYR, like I was saying, it's probably total just like trolling. But he was saying he got denied, and then he posted some tweets that looked like a little bit of FUD.
Oh yeah, it's probably all made up. If he posted that he got rejected, I know a lot of people have been like photoshopping their shit.
That was kind of my thought. What's the yeah, that's it. Yep. What's the play for like who's what's the criteria for who's going to be accepted? Is it influencers? I hope not.
Okay. So I can provide Alpha an insight on this. So I'll just pull up the scale. So it's every application is being rated on a scale from 1 to 5, and we see your entire application. We see your Twitter is linked to it. The number of followers you have is linked to it. Everything is fucking linked to your application. So like the ratings that we give are generally pretty accurate. But the scale, I'm pulling it up right now. Like I said, 1 to 5, 5 being the best score, and 5 on our scale of scholarship application is, holy fuck, this person is a literal god on Twitter. We absolutely have to have them in the community. 4 is like, this person is sick. They're a Chad. We would love to have them in the community. 3 is like, this person's all right. Would be nice to have them in the community. And then 2 is like, And then 1 is like, all you do is retweet fucking giveaways on your Twitter. Go fuck yourself.
So it kind of sounds like it's just all about.
It's not. No, it's not because you're.
That's not the point of it.
First, you have an entire application that you filled out, and depending on what group or what category you chose, the questions are different. You're asked to provide more. Like if you choose artist category, you're asked to provide like examples of your art, and then it's like, oh, this person's art is fucking wild. And especially with Utes, like that's important, right? Because a lot of Utes is going to be custom community attributes. So if you're cranking out custom Utes on your Twitter or your art is just like absolutely unreal, yeah, you get a fucking 5 because basically it comes down to, and this has been, something that the team has said since day one, we want to curate the community that we have for Utes. So when we're looking at these applications, it's like, is this somebody that we would want in the community or not? And everyone on the mod team or that's reviewing his applications is, has a pair of eyes, can look at somebody's Twitter like Jack.Soul, who's just posting like FUD and bullshit and, trying to get attention and being a bitch and say, oh, this guy gets 1 star because we don't fuck with him.
Let me ask you this. So it's kind of like there's like a preliminary review process where like you kind of gloss over it and you're like, Jesus Cuddles. You kind of gloss over it and you're like, all right, they're just NGMI. 1 star, 2 star. So you're looking for 4, 5 stars, probably an auto whitelist, maybe a full ride. 4 is like, I'm guessing 4s and 5s pretty hard to come by. 1s and 2s automatically disqualified. Maybe 3s, 4s, 5s. Yeah, like 3s is kind of like the baseline for you have consideration. So you've got
Yes.
somebody kind of trimming the fat to begin with. Like, all right, you're not going to make it. You're not really doing anything.
Yep.
And then kind of go from there. Like 5s, maybe auto whitelist, like a guy like Deuce.
5.
My
you're
boy
fucking
Deuce. Troll.
Yeah, or like Big Ed. Big Ed is a 5.
Big Ed. Oh my God, Big Ed.
Big Ed is a fucking champion. Like there's no question that he's getting Y00ts whitelist or not. 4 is like you stand a very strong chance of getting whitelist. Like you're a fucking Chad. You maybe haven't done anything like, extraordinary to stand out, but you're still like you're somebody we want on the team. And then 3 is like, it'd be great if we had this guy, but there might be a shit ton of 3s, and at that point it's going to come down to like
you're going to have to really weed through the 3s.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense, dude. I mean, some of these people, like, I mean, I put in a fucking application, but it was more so just like I wanted to see what it looked like what questions are they asking, like, and before I even knew it, like, I was applying on a burner wallet. Like, I wasn't even meaning to. I just wanted to see what the process looked like. Like, what questions are they asking? What does it look like? How's the UI, UX, all this different shit. And so, I mean, I know some of these people, like, they're just racing through like an autofill form on any other website, which is not really the way.
There's so many, and that's like a tiebreaker for me too. Like, let's say I go and I look at your Twitter and I'm like, damn, this person like has some solid engagement, like has some solid content, like they post original fucking tweets, because sometimes I go to look at somebody's Twitter and it takes me, 45 seconds of scrolling to find your last tweet. Everything else is retweets. I'm like, this guy fucking sucks. Yep. But you could have like bomb ass content and your Y00ts application is like 3 words. I'm like, well, you clearly didn't care enough to take this seriously. So go fuck yourself. And somebody, D Poppy is asking in the chat if girls get special treatment or if we have a quota for how many girls to get in. There's definitely no quota. And I'll say like most of Web3 is like undoxed. We don't know what sex you are. So I would say there's no special treatment at all. If you're like a girl who happens to be doing cool shit, which if, a lot of girls like do docs to maybe get more followers, get more attention, like make sure people know that like they're a woman in Web3. And that's cool. And if you're a girl that's doxed on your Twitter and you're also doing cool shit, then like, yeah, you're going to get a fucking high review. But it's not, something that we are.
It should be that way. I mean, there's certain people like Amy that are just like, you're almost a shoo-in, right? Like, yeah, it kind of should be that way.
Which Amy's application was fucking fire. She posted a video of like her explaining why like she should get Y00ts whitelist and explaining like what she's done to.
It was like a reality TV show application.
Do you guys
a Survivor application or some shit?
Do you guys watch Red Oaks on Amazon?
No, I have not watched it.
Her shit reminded me you should watch it. It's fucking hilarious. Her video reminded me so much, like it had like the retro kind of aspect. It looked like an old fucking 80s like a greasy porn shoot from 85.
Yes. Yeah. It's great. And then she polished it off with a fucking shoey. So it's like, and I would like, you want more alpha. And this is not even coming from me as somebody who's reviewing scholarships. I've literally gotten to scholarships. And first of all, the back end, the review part is sick as fuck. Like I know they're planning on this being a Dust Labs tool, but it's so fucking sweet because you can like leave comments and shit on people's things. So like I'll review someone and I'll give them a shitty score, but I'll leave a comment and be like, literally all they do is retweet giveaways on their Twitter. So that way the next person that comes around to it, because we do review them more than once to build like an aggregate score, the next person that gets there is like, damn, JB left this person a 1 star. And then they see my comment and they're like, oh, that's why. I've literally stumbled across applications where somebody else reviewed it and the comment is like, rips shoeies, 4 stars. I'm like, let's fucking go. So like that little alpha for anyone who has not applied or who, is thinking of applying or putting in a new application, like put something fire as fuck at the very top of your Twitter. So when we go to look at your Twitter, we're like, Oh yeah, this guy gets it. This guy needs one.
I just saw. You're totally right. I mean, it's part of the culture. Shoeys are part of the culture. I'm ashamed to say, I've never done a fucking shoey.
We gonna fucking change that today.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I got my gym shoes, dude. I got my sandals. I got some nasty ass fucking shoes. But I just saw in the DMs in our little group chat for setting this up today, chapter talking about fucking Hollywood names.
Hey, hey, bro. All I'm doing, shout out to the Throat Goat, bro. I'm just giving you guys the DD. You know what I mean? Because your boy Dior's. So, hey, facts gonna fact.
Chapter, you're a man of culture.
Big too. Nancy Reagan guy.
Yeah, I mean, Nancy.
Yo, a chapter shoey would break the fucking internet, dude.
I'm gonna have to hit up Mark Lothier, bro, so he can give me one of those animated ones, bro.
You got your balaclava, right?
No, I didn't get one. I see. I need to hit up the homie Woven, bro, so I can get one of the.
Hit up Woven, dude.
Yeah, I want one of those half face ones, bro. Like, you guys seen the? Well, I don't know if you guys seen the Frank one. Did you guys see the half face one? Yeah, that's what I want, bro. I want one of those fucking half ones. But yeah, bro, I want my shit to fucking be. I want a fucking half JB one though. That's what I want.
I heard in the DMs
of his DGod.
Woven sent this care package to the DGod's team, and he somehow fucking left out Sorcerer. And I don't, bro. How are you gonna do that? How are you gonna fucking?
He might not have been in LA yet. Sorcerer is a new ad to HQ.
No, he was.
Sorcerer's been here since I got here.
It's not that.
Like January.
Yo, shout out these stables.
No, fuck these stables. I haven't seen.
No, he has not been in LA.
Secondary seed round, tertiary.
He's been capping, bro. He's been capping.
Won my entry.
Hey, if you should have been early. Should have been early. No, Sorcerer is like.
Well, we still have gotten.
Sorcerer is within the last few months being in LA. He's been on the team in some aspect or another for a while, but he has not been in LA for that long. So if a care package went out,
a care package went out, and fucking my boy Woven balled the shit out of Soul Sorcerer. And I gotta say, Woven, I see you out there in Mormon country, bro. How are you gonna ball Soul Sorcerer? I love you, but that's a bit of a ball.
Has Soul Sorcerer done a shoe?
Yeah. But also at the same time, like, who's done a shoey in HQ? Taylor and Finn. And there was a yerba.
Shout out to the homies.
Hey, shout out Bob, because Bob all the time is like, bro, I'm doing a shoey like any day.
Shout out Bob every day, bro.
With beer.
Straight up.
Shout out Bob all the fucking time.
Yeah,
like
shout out
the
Bob.
Most bass.
Yeah, straight up. Shout out fucking bass Bob, refined Bob. Straight the fuck up, bro. All day. Bullish on Bob.
Big facts. Big facts. I'm
bullish.
I'm trying to think if there's
whole goddamn gang.
Facts. Yeah, that's why we're here. I like what you said too about another team taking over Utes, because I do think there's like two different projects with this. Like DeGod's is very much like the OG hardcore build utility, build fucking ship for Solana, and then Utes is more of like the let's have fun with PFPs and be like more of a cool like chill community or whatever. Which not the DGods isn't that, but
I just saw an interesting tweet from Akeem. It's a bad look for DGod holders to be piling on Urcon hate train. I know I don't even know what it's about or care. So what if he tweets stupid shit? So what if he sells his DGods? Just unfollow him. I did. Let's stay with positive. Akeem,
was that a tweet? Because he said that exact same thing in the Mickey chat. Like,
yeah, he said that about 6-7 hours ago on Twitter, and I saw it. And I was like, I love that. But also, I'm not going to miss a chance to like post pictures of me in Afghanistan and be like, dog, it ain't that fucking serious. Like,
yeah.
Have you been in the fucking trenches out in Iraq, Afghanistan?
Yeah, I did the fucking Afghanistan thing. That shit was cool as fuck. You get shot out with your homies, right? So you wake up in the morning, you fucking cook up some dog shit ass fucking breakfast, and you get super depressed. You told me about and there's like a bunch of fucking pre-packaged. They're called First Strike bars, right? And there's a bunch of fucking like apple cinnamon First Strike bars, and they aren't that good, but like I love them. And I had like 13 people where I was at, and none of them fucking liked them. So I get 40 of those fuckers a day. You just take them out, bro. I learned about arbitrage without knowing what arbitrage was. Because like Bro, because like there's no laws,
Arbitron.
dude. There's no laws in rural
Arbitron.
Afghanistan. So you got like 7-year-old kids coming up to you with a pack of cigarettes, and they're like, chocolate, and I'm like, candy, and I'm trading like
Yes.
two bars
it's
that I
got
don't
heroin
want
in
for
it.
like some cigarettes that were like $5 a carton, but like I get this for free. They basically get it for free, right?
It's like you're trading Afghani
Dude,
NFTs,
that's
dude, in the
where I got
flesh.
so good at this. Is I'm just trading out random dog shit bars, and the stickers that came on the package that said First Strike. Everybody like to put it around the buttstock of their AK, right? Like dude, everything's got a market if you just know how to sell it. It's a trait. It's the First Strike buttstock. It's a big deal.
Absolutely.
Do you be frequenting those
No.
surplus stores in Oceanside, like some stuff that you may or may
No,
not?
I
like,
have
acquire
put such an aggressive
somehow
amount
legally?
of money into like gear that I order like firsthand instead of secondhand. I'd prefer not to talk about it because
Yeah. Let's not
Cuddles is in Nippy chat today talking about like how can I spend money on NFTs when this exists, and it's a picture of some like
it's
gangster
a little
shotgun.
4570 lever
Like, right
action.
there.
Like I think it was a Henry repeater. Oh, so beautiful.
Yeah,
Whatever.
clearly I don't know what the fuck I'm talking
gun
about.
talk.
No idea. Have you
Gun talk.
Have you started selling
the gun
NFTs,
talk.
Cuddles? Because one of the last maybe 6 months ago, you were like, I just don't sell anything. All I do is buy. I'm like, bro, you maybe want to like sell
Bro,
some
I
shit
sell
on some
everything.
phones?
That's the problem. And when I sell it, it goes like I sold a DeGod at 205. 12,
He's the bottom
12
signal.
hours
I
later,
remember that.
345. I sold
Who
a
was telling
blocksmith
you?
at
Who was looking
24.
out for that?
24 hours later, a blocksmith.
A what?
Dude,
Yeah, I sold a
I
blocksmith
sold it
at
at
like
24.
14. That's
2
all right.
hours later, it's at 80.
Same.
That's the thing. Dude, like I bought him signal my buys and my sells though, right? Because like I bought a Tayo, got hammered, didn't remember it until the morning. Bought a Tayo for like 109, or next day they're like 180. But of course, because I'm a fucking idiot, I'm like, 30-day staking right away. By the time that shit came out, it was the same fucking price.
Locked up. Oh, Cuddles is going straight to Shuey. All right. Slay, you had something to say, right? I got to run downstairs and get a shoe and a beer real quick. I'll be right back.
Well,
Let me
if
find the
Slade ain't got
nastiest
shit to
fucking
say,
boot shoe I've got.
I will.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you, everybody. This has been a great episode. I'm really just saying this so we can cut the podcast and then we can go into the live stream Shuey content. So, love you guys.
Fuck.
All right, I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. Give me a second. I'll be right back.
Bro, I'm not gonna make it.
Hey, yo.
You're not gonna make it.
And Slate chapter. We out.